Skibidi-bop-ba-da-boom. Skibidi-dee-ba-da. Boo-ba-lady-beep-boo. Anyways, man.
You stupid. You stupid. We were supposed to have the full screen logo during the countdown timer. What are you doing? I thought we were professionals. Why are you doing this to me? I work all day. I work on this project all the time, and you're gonna do this to me? Like, this is fucking bullshit.
Hey, yeah?
Are you listening to me? No.
No, I told you to...
To me?
No, you sell low, and you buy high.
What are you talking about?
Because... No, it doesn't matter what color it is. They could be blue, they could be orange. They're rubber ducks, man.
If I was Jay Leno right now, Jay Leno doesn't have to put up with this bullshit. I'd go down to my garage.
A dog's gender reveal party? I mean, congratulations and all, but it's not going to be all the same gender, right? They don't have one dog.
Run you over. I would make you a blood stain on the road.
They don't have one puppy. I'm telling you, they don't have one puppy.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Andrew. Andrew who? I'm going to drag you into the street and you till you blood.
At 3 a.m., the dumpster with the 2-inch hole in it. No, I already put duct tape around it.
This isn't worth my time.
No, it's...
No.
I think... Oh, sorry. Sorry, I gotta go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tonberries. Got my guest, as always, Amor Hefka. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Oh, man, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Happy to be here.
It's not. It's been raining all week.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually been pretty miserable.
Oh, no, I love that shit.
I do, too. We've been in a drought around here, and I was praying for some rain, and then it decided to hit us all at once, so...
Oh my god. Yesterday I got shanghaied into a conversation after work. One of the dock flies showed up and he was like, "Hey, you want a beer?" Like, "Yeah, sure." And then he stood there and talked for 30 minutes and then it started raining. So we talked for another 15 minutes and then he was like, "I'm gonna get out of here. I'm getting wet." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, dog."
Yeah, maybe it's time to move this conversation elsewhere.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my guy who was staging for me to, like, you know, so we could hook up and get our, you know, information right.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so he kind of held me up for a while.
Gotta love a chatterbug, right?
Yeah, especially when they show up drunk at 6 a.m.
Oh,
PM.
boy.
6 p.m.
Oh, okay. Whew. You know, big difference there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But hey, man, it's another episode of Talking Tonberries. You know what that means.
Final Fantasy IV Edition.
Yeah, super stoked to finally wrap up Final Fantasy IV, but before we get to the finale, let's say we take a trip down memory lane.
Before we do that, you kind of... What were you thinking before we started Final Fantasy IV? We had a real rough go at it in 3.
I was ready for anything better than Final Fantasy 3.
Right.
I was 3 really set the bar really low. So I was like, anything is going to be better than this, right?
Yeah.
How about you? What were your thoughts going into it?
I was looking forward to not playing a game.
Yeah.
3 really sucked me off. I mean, sucked it out of me. I mean, what?
Yeah, I heard. You said what you said.
I know what I'm about.
I know what I said. But yeah, it was, and of course I remember Final Fantasy IV from being younger and being like, oh man, Cecil and Kain and Rydia and Tella and Palom and Porum. Like, I do remember a lot more of 4 than I did of 1, 2, and 3 growing up. So I was super excited to get to it.
Right. Well, you must have been very Japanese if you had any memories of 2 and 3. As it hadn't come out. I mean,
it's true.
It hadn't come out.
That's true. I guess I did play. I also played a lot of Legends. I think I played Legends 1 and 2 for Game Boy when I was a kid. Am I thinking?
Oh, yeah. That, God, we'll catch chat later, but I believe Legends 1 and 2 were technically Saga games, Saga games.
That's right. We have talked about that before.
Yeah, where the Adventures was Mana.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, I think the excitement really comes through in the first couple episodes of Final Fantasy IV with friends. So let's take a look back, starting with episode 1.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. It is Final Fantasy with friends. You know the deal. New game. New game, new us.
Send him in. You step a little closer. I can barely see you, son. May I have the crystal? I hereby relieve you of your command of the Red Wings. Deliver this carnelian signet to the village of Mist.
Cecil has done no wrong.
You insolent cur! Take the ring and be gone from my sight. Both of yous!
Hi! Well. What's come over the king? He's been acting peculiar.
He covets the crystals like a man possessed.
Cecil.
Everything's fine. The test didn't come back positive for everything.
Tetanus. It's tetanus.
It's tetanus. I'll be fine. Trust me.
Dark Knights are all eunuchs.
Plot twist.
Knights of Baron, I see.
Mr. Ed.
Who are you? Leave now or suffer the consequences. Mr. Ed, show yourself. The mist is gathering.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't forget the Mist Dragon mechanic. I am Queen Bitch! Yeah, no, surprise.
The ring is glowing. Oh!
Don't you hate it? Yeah, you hate to see it.
What? We destroyed the entire village.
Why would he make us do this?
Ba-dum-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What?
You killed my mom's dragon?
I refuse to continue any more slaughter in the king's name.
You won't be standing against Baron on your own. That's right, I'm your Rhine Die. I'll jump on your train anytime, Cecil. But we will need allies.
You can't stay alone here, girl. It's too dangerous.
You killed my mom.
Ah, our arch nemesis, girl.
Oh, that's so bad.
Ouchie wouchies.
Yeah, Tice was the fucking continent.
She's safe. Thank goodness. Kane? Kane? Kane!
Oh, we're in the town of Kaipo.
I'm sorry about your mother. I understand if you can't forgive me. I kinda killed her.
All summoners from Mist must be annihilated. Hand over the girl now.
Oh man, it's gonna be a real shame when they get murdered.
Don't worry about me. I won't let anyone hurt you.
I'm Rydia.
Rydia. All set. Sorry about the 4 dead bodies in your inn.
I'm not gonna clean it up either.
No, not a chance.
Check out these moves. Oh yeah, look at that leg action. Where'd you go, bud? To cure desert fever, you need a rare jewel called the Sand Pearl.
Oi, governor. Could that be? It is! The Dark Sword! Dark Knight! I need your assistance!
What's wrong with your voice?
I just ate a bunch of bangers and mash, I did! But I need to get to Damison and reclaim my daughter. She was deceived by a wicked bard. I think we gave Conclave an ulcer.
Sorry, guys.
What business do you have in Damsion?
A friend of mine suffers from dessert fever.
I've had a couple too many sprinkles myself in my day, and I've had dessert fever too. Oi, there he is!
Oh, that's awesome.
Hi guys, it's me, the Octomammoth.
Oh my.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Oh shit.
No, the Red Wings.
Oh, really?
Oh, damn it, they got another one?
No, Anna. You, that bot. Anna ran away because of your trickery.
What?
You spoony bot.
No, dude, wait. Calm down. Whoa. Oh, father, be nice. Edward is Prince of Demetian. Forgive me for the way I ran away, but I love him. We were attacked, sir, by Baron's Red Wings. They were led by, Golbez, I think it was? I don't know. All I know is those powers were, like, beyond words, you know what I mean? I'm a poet. They came for these, like, healing stones or whatever. They call them crystals. I mean, they're my moonlight quartz, but anyways. Father, forgive me.
For I have sinned.
Edward, I'll always love you. Anna! Oh, God, man. Bummer. He came to Baron one day and he was like asking if I knew where the guy was, and I was like, oh, I don't know, are you a cop? You can find the Sand Pearl in the Anteline's Den, which lies over to the east, I think, where the big super swell is, like knee-high, glassy, northeast, south side. Peace, Anna.
Hey. Coop, what do you call a girl between two posts?
A net. Oh man, you gotta love it.
Super fun going back and looking at this because the game starts out wicked strong.
It really does. I mean, let's talk about first impressions going back into it.
Yeah, no, like I've played the beginning of 4 a couple times beforehand, and yeah, no, it just, you know, it starts out with you, the main character, being a moiderer.
Yeah, moida.
Moiderer, and then you like gain a conscience, and the king's not fucking doing any of that bullshit, so he makes you a murderer again by association? Accident? I don't know.
It's true, yeah, he definitely is looking for a scapegoat. I mean, you're his puppet to start with. What always gets me at the beginning of 4 is the immediate relationship in between Cecil and Kane. And they're just, I don't know, you wouldn't really call them mercenaries, they're just soldiers, right?
Yeah, they're knights.
They're knights.
Yeah. Which, as I've learned recently, well, not learned recently, but kind of done more reading on, are notorious assholes for the most part. They're the old version of police. And as we all know,
police. Yeah, I think it's a great way to start a Final Fantasy game. It feels so solid, especially from 4 and moving forward, where you don't really know who these characters are yet, but you know that they're just kind of following orders and doing what they're told. And then it gets into it super fast with heading to the Village of Mist and killing the Mist Dragon, just to find out that you've murdered some young girl's mom.
And the entire village.
Well, and the entire village. And she's, I guess, the only survivor of the Village of Mist.
As far as we know, I don't. We, at the end of the game, so I don't think there's gonna be any 12th hour reveals there.
That would be pretty funny if there was. And
It was Rydia's mother the entire time. She's Zero Mus.
oh my god, plot twist.
Yeah.
And actually, come to think of it, is it even possible to go back to the Village of Mist at any point in time?
Yeah. We went back once.
But it's just, I mean, there's nothing there.
It's still Burnout Husk, but there's a couple shops. Like, people have come back to rebuild.
Oh, good. Well, at least we
Yeah.
didn't completely destroy it, other than Titan splitting the continent in half.
Which was fucking rad.
Super
Again,
epic.
this is the first time we're, like, summon... Well, we got Leviathan as a summon, or was it Kraken? Was the Kraken in 3, we put the eye back in the thing so we could leave the area.
Right.
Was that a Kraken stopping our... No, Kraken kills the super important girl that everyone remembers and loves.
Yeah.
Arya.
Arya.
Yeah. So I guess we do encounter Leviathan, and then Leviathan does become a summon.
But the Eidolons in this one, they start to take shape and have personality. They have more speaking roles and more of a role in the world itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is beautifully set up with the Village of Mist and Rydia and her mom.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All really good stuff. And then, of course, we meet the classic... Did we ever figure out if it was just a bad translation of Spoony Bard?
Yeah. That's just it has become a meme of some sort. I hate using the term meme, but because it is overused now. But it is a meme.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's mimetic.
Really, really good stuff. Just such a strong beginning to a Final Fantasy game. And I really love what we did with these characters this time. Having Edward come in as like this surfer dude, Tello being the old British man.
Again, Conclave, you're welcome.
Yeah, giving Conclave an ulcer on stream. Really good stuff.
And again, like, compared to the other openers, like, 1, you literally get dropped in front of the Cornelia. 2 was pretty cool because, you get murdered by the Imperial Black Knights. And then 3, you fall in a hole, and then you never get out of that hole.
Just a bunch of orphans falling in holes.
You're in that hole that entire game. It's a Jacob's Ladder situation. The main character hit his head. He's dying, and he imagines all of this.
It's a real Chekhov's hole.
Not a thing.
But yeah, it's such a great way to start, and I think it's really fun to go back and check these out, kind of in order to see. Sometimes we forget these games take several weeks to complete. So going back and checking on them, it's really nice to be like, oh right, I forgot we killed her mom.
Right,
That's how this whole thing starts.
oh yeah, Tella is a man bent for revenge the entire time. He wanted to get revenge on Edward and then Golbez and then died.
Right.
But Mysidia, we are introduced very quickly. And this is the one thing about the game, like, the pacing's really quick, but it does have a bit of, I don't want to call it the weightless issue, but it does have a bit of that issue where things are happening very quickly and there's not enough time to dwell on it a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. This game moves super fast.
Yeah. Like, Edward is really over his wife's death pretty instantly.
Yeah, he's like, oh, bummer. So anyways, you guys want to hang out?
For the next, couple minutes before you get tired of me and get me out of the party.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Edward's terrible.
Yeah, he is a rough character.
I mean, not even as, like, just from a combat standpoint.
Yeah, exactly. I think we bring a lot of life to the characters that are otherwise kind of flat, and he's one of them.
I think we'll bring that up later. Is like, yeah, these characters are they have one really short arc and then they're static for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Except for Rosa, who has no arc whatsoever.
We'll get to Rosa. Rosa will have her own minute in the sun to burn to a crisp. Well, with that being said, are we ready for episode 2?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, this is where the antlion lays its eggs. Isn't it cool? I'm definitely not standing here. Oh, whoa! They never attack anybody. Here, let me demonstrate. I'll take the sand pearl, like this, and oh shit. Come on, we have to help him. Oh, so much for that.
Antlion's dead, yeah.
Well, how could this have happened? They've always been totally docile, harmless, 10-foot big, half lion, half ant creatures.
You're alive, thank goodness.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. Fabul must be their next target after Damsian. We must...
You have to rest now. Maybe a lozenge. Rosa only wishes to be with you, Cecil. It's like, go with it, dog.
Edward, get out of my fucking business.
That night. Anna, I miss you so. Jesus Christ! Whoa! This stuff's really good. Anna! That garb. Oh, he's totally one of Fabul's monks.
Yeah!
Good grief. That bomb's got moves.
If this is a mom bomb, where's the daddy bomb? Can I be the daddy bomb? Yo, my gratitude. Yang is my name. I lift 540 squat. What about you guys? God, it's just, you have a second paw. Why don't you try cleaning that one? This is going to be in the recap for sure.
Oh, most definitely.
Prince Edward, Dark Knight, will you help us defend Fabul? No. We just came here to warn you. I realize I'm in no position to demand anything from you. No, go. Oh, wait. Here they come! Attack! We're outnumbered. Withdraw to the crystal chamber.
Oh! I tripped.
It's been a while.
Yes. Kane, you're alive.
Ready your sword, fool.
Why?
Save your breath.
Kane, you of all people. Tut-tut, like a mother.
No, I can explain. I'm about to kill Cecil. We can be together.
Why do you hesitate, Kane? Cecil, I presume. Never hesitate to kill, Kane. Now, let's see how it's done. Oh, you care for this one, do you? Then let me take her along as well, to hold and trust until we are graced by the chance to meet again, maybe at a Strickland Propane community event. Come, Kane.
And you won't be so lucky next time. Get out! Crystal is gone. I have failed.
And now, Rosa is gone too. To fight Golbez, we need an airship, but Baron is the only kingdom that has them.
What will you do once we arrive in Baron?
We have to meet Sid, Baron's chief airship engineer. He'll help us. Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, I thought that there was going to be a sea monster.
That's the
wicked.
Leviathan we all know and love.
That's wicked.
Rydia!
All right. What? Why has he got so much lipstick on?
My companions and I were attacked by Leviathan, and I have lost all of them.
Prove yourself worthy. Maybe don't punch me in the gut this time. However, you have come to rely too much on your dark sword. Your dork sword. Nice one. If you wish to fight for purity, you must head to Mount of Ordeals to the east.
I cannot afford to waste time with, this bullshit. Are these the mages?
It's Palamon Purim! Although still apprentices, they should be a great help. You'd be lucky to polish my wand. Whoa! Baron scum!
Yay, the obnoxious mage twins.
Chuck Mangione is one of the 4 elemental archfiends. He will not fail.
Oh, you son of a...
Oi! I'll tell you something, Cecil. What brings you here? Wait, you seek me to as well?
Don't be rude. You stand before the great sage himself. It's an honor to meet you, Sage Tala.
I've come here to seek the legendary spell Meteor.
I came here in hopes of becoming a paladin. Change my evil ways.
I sense an evil presence, I do.
Hi there. I will enjoy killing y'all.
Who's there?
It's me, Chuck Mangione. Under Master Golbez's orders, I, Chuck Mangione of Earth, will deliver you until the gates of hell. Now I'm just imagining Chuck Mangione with undead minions. What's happening to me? Oh god, alright. Fools, my true strength lies in death. Join me in hell.
Okay.
Oh, Chuck Mangione's having a rough go at it.
Yeah. That's what happens after a long tour.
Get right on that, boss.
Ooh, there we go. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, that's a cool death.
Anyway.
So, that was weird, right, guys? Hey, there's a sword! Break from your past and overcome your darkness. Only then will you receive the holy power. You must fight against the Dark Knight!
This is my battle. The new voice of Cecil. To atone for all of my past wrongdoings, I will defeat the Dark Knight. Some fight for law, some fight for justice. What will you fight for? One day you will see. Yeah, okay. Pacifism run complete. Did he birth himself?
Now, that's ridiculous, Coop.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
My spells, I remember them now.
Wow, great timing, dickbag.
I'm ready to fight Golbez, I am. I am doom itself.
Damn, power trip. Anyways, we're back in Mysidia.
Let's go talk to that guy.
Unbelievable, you succeeded.
Now it's time for me to retire to the Tower of Prayer while I shall pretend that God exists and do something. The entrance to Devil's Road lies to the east of this town. I shall pray for your safety. No, for the safety of all that live on this planet. From the Tower of Prayer. That's where I'll be. Now, I'm leaving to go pray. He's just gonna whack it, right?
The door might be locked, and don't try getting in. I'm praying.
I'm praying so hard.
I'm about to finish praying.
I'm gonna pray. Oh, God. Where are you going?
So again, this game moving so fast.
Well, speaking of fast, so at the end of this play, this is only our second time playing, right?
Right.
Cecil's story arc is done.
Pretty much.
Basically, kinda. Like, he let go of the darkness in his heart. And, he found out that Kingdom Hearts was light, and now he's a paladin.
Wait, are you saying, you saying this is gonna end up with Donald and Goofy popping up out of a corner?
God, I wish.
But yeah, I mean, you're totally right. The arc of Cecil being a Dark Knight is super short.
Right.
And I wish that I wish that they had stretched it out just a little bit longer because, and we've talked about this off screen, the Dark Knight is way cooler than the Paladin.
And it's way more like useful because like fucking the Paladin's pool is white magic pool is garbage.
It's tiny. You get
And it's like only second level spells. Like it has Cura instead of Curaga or Curaja.
right Cure, Cura, and Asunya. That's it.
Right.
So it's like his story moved super fast, but not only that, we got to know a little more about Tella and his drive, his whole purpose in this game.
Yeah. And it's interesting how they, instead of being able to swap characters, they just take them out of story by killing them.
Yeah, right. They were like
Rydia and Yang dead.
just jump off of a boat, presumed dead.
Yeah, presumed dead. Hung out with Leviathan.
Hopefully they gave Leviathan a little bit of a makeover because that Joker makeup,
You'd like to know how I got these scars.
not a good look for Leviathan.
I think I've been taking notes while we've been going over these. The problem, one of the biggest problems with Rosa was pointed out by Edward. Edward says, Rosa just wants to be with you. That is her character motivation. Rosa just wants to be with you. She has no character. She's a sack of meat that can cast holy.
And that's it. And even that's not like even a big plot point. Like she just learns holy. There's no fanfare for her having one of the most iconic and most powerful white spells in the game.
She's not a character. It's a real big bummer. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Rydia's a big low point in this game.
Rosa's
a big low point in this game.
And not only that, but we will see a little further on. I have to cut a lot of stuff from this game for the recaps. But Rosa is so one-dimensional that I'm gonna say 75% of her lines is her calling out somebody's name.
I literally think I don't think you're that far off.
Yeah, I feel like 75% is still pretty low with everything considered.
Like, thinking about it, like, she is a daughter of the Kingdom of Baron, abandons it to chase after Cecil, and, like, she never, like, reflects on that decision at all.
Nope. No character development for Rosa whatsoever.
Right, and, like, they are kind of pushing a love triangle a little bit between Cecil, Kane, and Rosa that doesn't ever, like, I don't know if I just imagine that it's there, or yeah, it's there, or did I
I think we play a lot of that up because she is just the good character who's like, guys, stop fighting, please, can't we all get along? She's
the girl anime character from the, like, almost every 90s show.
Right.
It wasn't Bubblegum Crisis.
And we are getting to the point where oh god, we have to talk about Palamaporm for a second.
Okay, I did write the boy one says polish my wand. I can't, I'm not watching these as they're playing it through, and it's like, did he say that? Did, like, he actually, was that a line of dialogue? 'Cause that's filthy.
Legit, that was written. I wouldn't let you polish my wand, old man. And it's like, whoa, hold on now, game.
Whoa. You're 12. You probably can't polish your own wand.
But I love the idea, and I don't know, maybe we can muse on this for a second. I don't know if that dynamic ever comes up again in another Final Fantasy game where it's this twin siblings who are the yin and the yang, the white and the black magic. But at the end of the day, like, and I guess we'll get there in the next recap, they're huge. They're pretty big characters when it comes time for them to shine.
No, I think a lot of people would say heresy to, you know, I think I posed this question last time of, like, what Final Fantasy deserves to be remade. I think it's this one the most. Like, not the DS remake, which was just like, let's do a new graphics engine and tell the same story. I think there's enough here that you could really expand it into a modern situation.
Absolutely. Again, I think we'll say this time and time again throughout all of Talking Tonberries. This game moves so fast, and you said it. You said it best, where it's you don't even have time to reflect on what's been happening in the game because it moves so fast.
Well, that happens a lot too. I don't know. I'm gonna try. So in Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's a moment at the very end that the show's been building up to, and it ends about 15 to 30 seconds too soon. Because I was ready to weep at this moment, and then it cuts away. I'm like, no, go back to over there where they were doing the thing, the really tough emotional moment.
You're like yelling at the cameraman, pan back.
Pan back. Scene over.
Camera B. Go back to camera B.
What? George Lucas, get over here and give me a wipe fade. Back over to the old Asian man's apartment.
Oh God. It's good stuff, man. I guess we're meeting the whole cast and crew. We also need to talk about Yang for a second. I love that it's not just another nondescript monk, but it is just another nondescript monk. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, we don't really get much more of Yang's backstory.
Really nothing to Yang. Yang and Rosa and maybe Edge might be some of the most one-dimensional. I don't think, like, there's a moment where Yang does some self-sacrifice, which is great, but there is a little bit of that Final Fantasy 3 of like, well, you did fight alongside of us, but I also didn't give a fuck about you.
Right. Again, the stakes seemed high, but really they weren't. There wasn't enough character development. He was just used as another piece of cannon fodder.
Right. Well, and compared to later on when Sid sacrifices himself, we actually had interactions with Sid before he does that.
Oh yeah, Sid's even there. It didn't make it into the recap, but Sid is there from the very beginning. As soon
After you get back from all the murder.
Right, as soon as the murdering is done, Cecil comes back and he's like, "Hey, Cecil, glad to have you back." Like he's right there before he's even a character.
Right. Or a PC, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta love that kind of stuff, and I guess that is kind of a good segue, because some of these characters, I wanted more development instead of them just being cannon fodder, and I think in the next couple recaps you're really gonna see just how low the stakes are.
Yep.
and I think we should just jump right into the next one.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Here we go.
Baron, all who serve her shall burn in the deepest circle of hell. Whoa.
Get the fuck out of here, lame ass Tristan. Oh, hey, Yang!
Baron, knight-turned-traitor, seize him! You insolent wretch!
Damn, Yang.
Cecil, what just happened? Cannot remember anything.
Let's go elsewhere so we can discuss everything in private. Somewhere
In
private. The bedroom.
In the end, the open end.
Well, first things first. We have to find Sid.
Sneaking into the castle won't be easy.
You must join us, Pagan. We will serve Baron together.
It would be an honor to join you, Sir Cecil.
I don't like any of that.
Observe, the might he grants the Baron. Drops trowel.
Holy shit.
Look at me, I am perfect! Wait a minute. I have questions.
Yeah, me too.
Cecil, you have returned. I am glad to see that you are safe.
Thank you, you f***ing liar. Your Majesty?
You must mean the old duffer who refused to surrender his kingdom. He was a little bitch. I must say, I have enjoyed impersonating him.
What have you done with the king?
Behold, I am the Lord of Water, Cagnazzo.
Why do you think they chose me to be the king? We got the same voice.
Oh, cool.
God damn!
Well, that broke his barrier. Someone's gonna get a complimentary face beating for locking me down up in that sky.
Sid, enough of this. Where is your new airship?
Please God, no more.
Stop talking to us.
Oh, shit. You've defeated me, but you have not heard the last of Cagnazzo. Now join me in hell.
Oi, the walls!
Powlum, pour 'em.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna let you die, that's for sure. We're not gonna let you die, that's for sure. Ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Powlum, pour 'em.
Damn.
Hold on. Asuna! Spell has no effect as the twins have become stone of their own will. It's time for some payback. To the Enterprise. Yo, ain't she a beaut? Let's get her up and going. You just gotta tickle her in the right spot to get her going, you know what I mean?
Oh, Sid. Also, Sid has all the teeth.
Oh, he has more teeth than a human should. What is that?
It's the Red Wings. Where is Rosa? You would not harm her, would you?
Want her back. Bring me the Earth Crystal.
Oh, bummer. I wish I'd been there to help you during your battles. Cecil would ever become a Rosa.
Golbez proposed a trade. He will return Rosa in return for Troya's crystal. But the crystal lies in the hands of the Dark Elf.
This is the only way I can be of any help right now.
He gave us the weed.
If you're looking for the Dark Elf, go to the cavern on the northeast island.
No, I commend your effort, but your excursion ends here.
Ouch. Yeah, that's probably gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt too.
Ooh.
Tella! No!
I need my
Oh.
sword.
Ugh. There's a gimmick.
If only I could use my sword!
I'm going to play my harp so f***ing hard, it'll kill me. The whisperweed sounds the melody from Edward's harp.
Right.
Ah, what is this torturous sound?
Say your prayers.
Ooh.
Alright. Dark Dragon.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
never mind.
Anyway.
Go get the crystal, get it.
Oh my goddess.
You're...
I know what I said. The Earth Crystal. You've reclaimed it. Hurrah! Let the orgy begin.
I think this is...
Where is the Earth Crystal?
Here. Where's Rosa?
In the Tower of Zot. Follow me.
Well done, Cecil. You have exceeded even my expectations.
Show yourself.
Rosa stands beside me at the top of this tower. Bring the crystal here, and we will make a trade.
Alright, let's go punch somebody.
God is a tall woman.
Charmed,
Oh,
I'm sure. Welcome, we are the Major Sisters. We serve Barbarisia, Lord of Wind. We'll be taking the crystal and say bye to Rosa. Delta attack! Hey!
Cool.
Holy shit.
Our Delta attack failed.
Oi, Golbez!
Ignorant dotard, have you no idea whom you're dealing with?
How could I ever forget the monster who killed my daughter?
Okay, alright.
Vengeance will be mine. Witness my final power.
Damn. Impossible! Don't forget to check out our Ceylon grills. So Meteor broke my spell over him. So be it. He no longer serves any purpose. Why don't you finish me. You? Well, I never really looked at you like that, but we will settle this next time we meet. Tell her.
I failed. I'm such a fool. Avenge my daughter for me. I beg of you.
Oof.
Just like all bodies in Final Fantasy, they disappear after death.
What have I done?
I knew you'd come.
Well, I mean, Golbez is kind of a... I missed you so much, and I realized I'm not really that into you.
Cecil. Oh God, what now? Ha 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 ha! It seems Master Golbez has underestimated you.
The Lord of Wind.
With the old man and his meteor gone, you stand no chance.
Let's see about that.
What's this weirdo look like? Is he just a tornado?
Oh! Barbaricia! Okay, or she's a tornado. Hey, bye!
Regardless, you'll never leave here alive.
It's collapsing.
Damn it!
That bastard! Hold on to me. Teleport.
Well, we've lost Troya's Earth Crystal to Golbez, which means he now holds all the crystals.
Quite. He only has 4.
What?
The 4 crystals of the world are called light crystals. So that means there must be...
Counting on his fingers. 4 dark crystals.
Well, so now we know they exist, but how do we go about finding them?
They lie under the surface of the planet, in the underworld. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but this is the key for unlocking it. Here, you keep it.
Keep what? Oh, Magma Stone.
I'm sure it will open the path to the underworld.
How hard did you get hit by that meteor?
Alright, we leave tomorrow morning. Let's rest up for our journey to the underworld.
I was just thinking aloud, about me and Golbez and to completion. Anyways, let's get some rest.
Store the sacred well that has been here for generations. Its death remains unknown.
What? That's what I get for f***ing with the ecosystem.
Yes!
I really wanted a hard cut to credits on that one.
Yeah, you're right.
So there we go. We get a little more insight of how these characters sacrifice themselves without having too much character resolution.
It's very Halo Reachy in that way, where it's like, all right, everyone line up and see who can sacrifice themselves the most heroically.
Right.
Polyporums is still pretty huge.
That was always big for me. I was always pretty devastated that a pair of young twins would sacrifice their lives to protect the greater good of it all.
Right, and the fact that they were smart enough not smart enough, but were thinking ahead enough that you could walk up to the statues and try to throw a soft on them.
Oh yeah.
And then that they programmed the because they chose to stone themselves, they don't do it or whatever. I can't remember what the dialogue is.
That's they cannot be cured because they turn themselves to stone of their own free will.
Right, and then the guy from Acidia shows up and prays a little bit. Fucking
because that's his whole personality.
His whole personality is prayer, just like most right wings.
Zing!
Conservatives. Boom! Dunking on the right wing. Take that!
And Tella seems like a character that should have hung on just a little bit longer. But he succeeds in his mission of killing Golbez, or trying to kill Golbez, right?
Well, it might be one of those situations where this comes up in narratives a lot, where revenge will kill you. Like, going after revenge, like going whole hog on revenge, will lead to your death.
Right. Just
And
that blind anger.
Right. And just, the whole thing of, like, hate begets hate, So him going hard in the paint at Golbez to the point of sacrificing himself is actually pretty much works for him.
Yeah.
Because, like, he doesn't get to realize that he fucked up because he's dead.
Right.
But...
and I'm not quite sure what else they could have done with this character, so that's the only one that feels right in the situation.
It feels complete.
Yeah.
The only thing missing maybe would be, like, a little bit of, like, in his death lines, regret over seeking revenge instead of helping with his time, but, sometimes you just die.
I mean, sometimes you do, and I think we'll get to this in the next recap or two, and it kind of negates the impact of everybody's sacrifice a little bit, except for Tella. I mean, it's not really that big of a spoiler. Tella doesn't come back.
Yeah, everyone who sacrifices themselves comes back, except for Tella.
And I wonder...
He is the one death. And the thing is, like, we saw plenty of death in 2 and 3.
Oh, there was tons.
But I think, especially our favorite character, Arya, and the guy who threw himself into that volcano, but he was actually okay.
Yeah, he was totally fine.
What was his name? Anyways, what's going on in episode 4 of the recap?
Episode 4, we're getting into some more good stuff. Episode 4...
We go underground.
Yeah, we finally get back to another one of the tropes of the Final Fantasy games. We're going to go see some dwarves. And we're going to get, I want to say, in between 3 and 4, we get 3 different airship upgrades.
No, I think it's 4 and 5.
Or is it 4 and 5?
4 and 5, yeah.
So, Sid...
No, 3 and 4, yeah.
So Sid, again, playing a major role, not only in the party, but outside of the party... and giving him just a little more character depth, even though it's kind of a trope through all the Final Fantasy games. Oh, it's Sid. Get ready for an airship.
Yeah, he's the airshipman.
He's the airship guy. That's what he does.
Yeah. And then he's also the one that fucks, depending on which game you're playing.
depending on the game, depending on the canon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I can think of a couple more Sids that just fuck.
7 Sid, definitely.
No, he's a fucking incel.
What? He's got a wife.
Yeah, dude. You can still have a wife and be an incel.
I guess that's true.
They're called Mormons.
9 definitely doesn't, because he's a glip glorp the whole time.
Yeah, a glip glorp fucks.
A glip glorp who still pulls in the ladies.
You know it. You see that mustache on that oglop?
That's what it is, oglop.
And then he turns into a frog.
What did I say, glip glorp?
That's some fucking bullshit Rick and Morty nonsense words.
Yeah, it is. Don't forget to fluff your plumbus.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and what I will say, just to fluff my own plumbus here for a second, we put a lot of time and effort into these ads and into the recaps. Speaking of which, this episode of Talking Tonberries doesn't go without an ad read. Who do we want to hear from before we jump into our next recap?
I think K-Stu, really putting in the work, all the way in Puerto Rico. So I think we need to hear from K-Stu's product. I think we need to sell some salt.
Yeah, absolutely. Salty Boys brand salt. Brought to you by K-Stu Anonymous. Thank you so much for this ad read, man. We will be back with the next recap right after this.
Oh, hi folks. Didn't see you there. How you doing? Well, since you're here, I'm gonna ask you ever need salt? Normal salt ain't doing it for you? I know I do. Thought so. Maybe you should try Salty Boys brand salt for that extra kick of flavor.
That's good. But now I'm slightly upset. Thanks, Salty Boys.
Made out 100% real world situations streamed onto you online. It's even good for deer hunting.
Sure is a lot of deer over there. I should get them, but wait. Thank you, Salty Boys. Now I, too, am slightly upset.
There you go, folks. Salty Brand Boys, Salty Boys brand salt for all your salty situations.
Always a big shout out to K-Stu Anonymous.
And K2, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, since you're down in the lovely place of Puerto Rico, maybe if you got some of your filming equipment, maybe film something while you're down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not putting you on blast or anything or giving you work while you're there, but hey, come on, you got sun, you got fun, you know.
A little camo vest on that chicken.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah, we gotta give a lot of love for Salty Boys brand salt.
Oh man,
always makes me slightly upset.
Always slightly upset.
So yeah, Talking Tonberries not without sponsors, our faithful sponsors, and let's jump right into episode 4 recap, where things really start to progress.
Dwarven Castle, yes.
Oh, you know what this means.
I am King Giot, ruler of the underworld. State your business.
We've come in search of the dark crystals. King Fiat, was it? Where is the crystal?
In the safest place in the castle, hidden behind my throne.
Sure, say it out loud.
Kane throws a spear into his chest.
Yang, what's wrong?
Yeah, someone is spying on us. I'm Luca. My dolls disappeared. Have you seen them?
I want to go back to the surface.
I don't want to be here anymore. Oh.
Hi, child. Dolls?
Son of a...
Guess who? It's Calcabrina. We're cute and we're scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Anyways. Whoa!
Calcabrina, and it delivered. Well, speaking
Wow,
of delivering, Golbez knows about this place. He's gonna get ya.
I commend you for finding your way to the underworld. I shall tell you why I'm collecting the crystals. Here comes the big bad guy speech. The 8 crystals of light and dark are the keys to reactivating the power of the Bower of Tabel, which leads to the moon. Get your...
There ain't?
Legends say the moon possesses power beyond our comprehension. I only need one more crystal to materialize my dream. Gaze upon true terror. Shadow, come forth.
The hedgehog? Oh no. Oh, it's a dragon. Whoa! What's happening?
The shadow dragon destroyed by mist? This cannot be, We did it. We've defeated Golbez. 'Cause that's how it works. Certainly not gonna come back to life or anything. What happened to you?
Well, I ended up smoking 2 packs a day down here in the underworld. Leviathan took me to the Fey March, somewhere near Boca. But time flows differently there. I guess I've aged just a little bit.
Well, that explains why your appearance has changed.
Rydia, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
No, come on, sugar, you don't have to thank me.
Does anybody have a lozenge?
I cannot perish. I've got plot armor.
No! The crystal!
Somebody step on it.
He is a Okay, good, God. Okay, good, guys.
If only we didn't spend so much time talking. We'll go to the tower and reclaim the crystals. Right after I go pilfer your castle. Bye. This might be important.
Have a safe trip, Master Rubicant.
Take care of things until I return!
Initiating warp sequence. I hope nobody saw that. I may not be an elemental archfiend, but I, Dr. Luge, am the brains of Gomez's operation.
Oh god, the doctor's dead.
He gone. Uh-oh. He needs...
Oh.
Oh, He's dead. Yay!
Please, God, someone pick me up.
A phoenix down, anything, please.
You fools, face my true evil. Transform.
Whoa!
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, hope things are on the up. Alright, bye!
The evil is destroyed!
You're too late. The tower connects the underworld to the overworld. Rubicant has already taken the crystals to the surface. The dwarves will be annihilated with my cannons. Victory is mine.
We gotta stop the cannons, brother.
Killing dwarves is fun.
You cowards!
How did you get here? Kill them.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, they're goblin captains. Shut up.
Yep.
I was ready for like another fight.
Nope.
Destroy the controls. Nothing can stop the cannons now.
Damn it.
Yang!
What are you doing?
Oh yeah! Leave this to me. Go! Get out of here!
It's going to explode!
Go now! Everyone, I thank you. I have enjoyed traveling with you all. Tell my wife I will always be with her. Farewell.
Damn, Yang.
The door is broken.
Just like me. Alright, bye.
You never cease to amuse me. When the cat is away, the mice will play.
Yeah, run! Hey!
Ah, our boy Sid. Whoa! Don't get closer than that. They're still on me.
What, the fleas? Oh, shit.
And we lose them? I don't know. They're definitely upgraded.
Floor it, they're catching up.
Cecil, take over.
I don't know how to fly this thing.
Once we reach the surface, I'm going to seal the entrance with a bomb. Now, this is what I call going out with a bang.
Damn!
Why everyone choose death so quickly?
Good question,
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah, good question.
Good question. Let's head to Baron.
The boss ordered us to attach this hook to the Enterprise. It won't take long.
I'm Edge. Prince of Eblin. You know, just kinda hanging out.
Oh, okay, we're going right in it.
Holy shit. Let's go, man. Smoke his ass. Oh, you healed him. Oh, boy. Oh!
Whoa!
You could say he lost his edge.
No, I wouldn't.
Hey, come back here.
Well, you obviously don't know who you're up against. He's one of the 4 elemental archfiends.
Ha. Think I'm some kinda sissy, Prince? Leave me alone. I can take care of myself.
Rosa, give him a hand. Kira!
I used to know what Kira was.
Hey, thanks. Alright, let's do this.
On second thought, maybe we're better off without him.
Mama, Papa,
You're alright.
I can see that you're kind of alive.
Us, Edge. Yes, come with us.
Where?
To hell.
Whoa! Papa, Mama. The mamas and the papas. What's going on? It's me. It's Edge, you know. Your son.
The king and queen break free.
Edge, we are no longer human. We no longer belong here.
I'm sorry, Edge.
Yeah. Come on, don't go. Papa.
Farewell, my son.
Mama. Oh, God. Rubicon. You sick bastard.
It was Zuge who turned your parents into monsters. I am so sorry for your loss. My only wish is to battle you fairly.
Shut up. I'll show you the proper use of power and rage.
Jeezy peasy.
Oh my god, finally!
That was a hell of a fight.
I'm most impressed. Until we meet again.
Poof. We got him. It's over. An enemy airship? Alright. We're gonna escape in this. Falcon, take us up.
So there we are. Meeting our last character.
Nope. Second to last.
Second to last character.
Got one more. One more in the next recap.
That's right. But going back and talking about some of those sacrifices that, boy howdy, people are just ready to throw themselves on the sword.
Kane says, "Why does everyone choose death so quickly?" Her name is Rosa, and they just want to get the fuck away from her. No, Rosa's easy to dunk on, but it does vary, like, going back to the Halo Reach things. Like, who can die the most heroically?
Right.
You know, like, alright, so you Palinporum stop you from getting crushed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell is probably the least heroic because he's literally just out for murder.
Yeah, that's his own thing. He's not really
That's his
saving
own, that's his own thing. Yang, you know, saves us from a blowing up room, I guess. And Sid detonates himself so we can escape the underground.
Just jumping off of a ship, bomb in hand.
Yeah.
And again, we put a lot more character into these characters, and he did it with so much joy that it made it so funny for me.
Well, we're taking the dialogue on screen and adding something to it.
Yeah.
You know, not to fucking suck our own dicks or anything, but I mean, I'm just like, it's fun. You know, you know, there is a concern that, like, later games that, like, people take a little too seriously, they're going to, like, oh, man, Cloud he would never sound like that. They know Cloud's a fucking punk bitch.
He's kind of a punk. But, you know, in these earlier games, we have to add a little more flair to the characters in the story for it to really elevate it for people to watch, right? These games are great, and the story is great, but it's typically
wicked surface level,
very surface level, and very when you play these games. Usually, when somebody plays these games, they're doing it by themselves, so it's all in their own head on how the characters sound and what the characters mean to them. And I think that we do elevate it a little more to make these characters a little more entertaining.
Yeah.
But speaking of characters who aren't super entertaining, why does Edge feel like an afterthought?
He literally feels like, okay, so his kingdom's on the surface. I was thinking about this during. It was like if we were introduced to Edge, his mom, his dad, just like we were introduced to Sid, but like maybe like replace Mysidia, or have some other event like where we had to go. Okay, we failed in Mysidia to protect the crystal. We go to Sid or Edge's town, and they welcome us in, and then like there's a moment where like. You know, there's the dining room scene where everyone's talking and stuff, and then we're welcomed in by the mom and the dad, but like it all is, like we've said a lot in Final Fantasy 3, falls flat. I'm like, this is the first time we see Edge.
Well, and even to think back a little further, was it Final Fantasy 2 that has kind of the side story of the end of the Dragoon line?
Yeah.
And we go and we find... this old... Well, it was a temple, wasn't it?
No, it was the home of the Dragoons.
And you find the woman and the child and the last wyvern.
Wyvern. Or wyvern.
Wyvern.
Wyvern!
And there's this story that I wanted a little more of, and it's like, my husband went off into this cave to go get this thing... And it like there's so much there, and then you have Edge, where it's like, Prince of Eblin, I'm a big deal because I said so.
Yeah.
And it's like, cool. Is there anything to back that up?
Again, it would be something like in my remake, of Final Fantasy IV. You would have to go to Eblin to protect it from Golbez. You get not accepted, but you get welcomed in. There's the dinner scene with the mom, the dad, and Edge, and then the Vizier in the background. And then, he spins around and he turns to Rubicante. Right. And then steals the crystal and the parents away. And like, we're ingratiated to all of them. Edge is...
Even swept away by Lugae, who is a very small character... in this game with kind of big consequences. I think it's revealed, I don't know if it was revealed on screen or if it's in the next recap, that Lugae working with or under Rubicant?
Under, I think.
Actually takes Edge's parents and turns him into those monsters.
That was his recap.
Yeah, and it's like, that's incredible. How much weight does that add to a story if we had known those characters before that happened?
Oh yeah, 100%. But, Edge literally shows up.
Yep, he shows up, he gets smacked down by Rubicant.
And he's kind of an asshole, just like, he's arrogant. He's very arrogant.
Super pompous.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense. He is...
Well, he's a prince of Elbaf.
He's the prince. And, cool. I mean, I could call myself the Colonel... And that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything unless you know how I earned that title. I guess Prince is usually just born into.
Do you have any fried chicken?
I would love some fried chicken right about now. not even gonna lie.
Right.
But not only that, I wish that there was more lore behind Eblin in general. Is it a community of ninjas? Or is Edge just a ninja?
See, what happened was, around 12 years old, Edge starting reading Naruto, Naruto, and really got into it, and he just started dressing like that. They're actually like a very European-styled country, but he's like, no, I'm going to be the Hokage, father.
it's his own thing again, and it really kind of comes out of nowhere.
His very own thing.
There's no real reason.
It's like he almost knows Rubicante too.
Oh yeah, there's this weird kind of back and forth. Again, if we were to create our own remaster or retelling of 4, I would want more of that. And why is Rubicant so hellbent on Eblin in general? Like there was some beef way before this whole Golbez thing with Rubicant and Eblin.
Or just Rubicant and Edge. Like they Rubicant even says, I just want to fight you one-on-one. I'm like, but why?
Yeah, it's almost like the honor thing too, where it's like, it's the honor of, I need a good fight. I'm ready for a worthy adversary.
I hate and love that trope at the same time.
I think when it works, it works.
I'm in one of the manga I'm reading right now. That is one of the characters is it's called Undead Unluck, and this guy's whole deal is like, I'm gonna murder everybody around you to make you stronger, so we can have the best fight we can.
Oh, like that's so metal.
Yeah,
it's
like,
so brutal.
That sister of yours, yeah, I was the one who killed her because that would make you stronger. So when we finally fought, it was the best fight we could have.
That's good stuff, and I feel like four of we've played through 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna finish up 4 here shortly. Of all of the Final Fantasy games, it has had the most depth of characters and depth of story. But there are points like this in the game where you just want a little more.
Yeah, just a little. Like, everything is super surface.
Also, real quick, we typically don't we typically don't look at chat. Is always up next to us. Guryug, however you say your name, please let us know.
Grierg.
What the fuck? There was a Final Fantasy IV talk show hiding on Twitch all this time. Welcome to Talking Tonberries, where we are playing through all of the numbered Final Fantasies in order, and we do this little talk show, a little pseudo podcast after each one, where we show the recaps of everything that we've experienced. So yeah, welcome. Glad you found us. Let us know how you found us. We typically just do the talk show thing, but we like to introduce anybody here that's new. So welcome to Talking Tonberries.
Also, just quick shout out to everybody who's in chat. We will get to chat more we'll get to chat after we're wrapped up with this recap. I think this is the last one before Final Fantasy V. Oh, wink.
This is the last recap. This is the last session that we played that was heavily story-based. We're going to get into that before we finish Final Fantasy IV live.
Oh, I was trying to be cheeky about it. Okay, well, thanks.
You are being... Well, you said Final Fantasy V. Right?
No, I said finish Final Fantasy IV, but that's fine.
No, I'm sorry.
No, whatever. Play the goddamn thing!
Alright, this is the last recap of Final Fantasy IV. Please enjoy, and we'll be right back. Here we are in the sealed cave. Ooh, spooky. Who is your decorator?
Brandish thou the seal unraveling mark, and the path to the dark crystal shall begin.
Skeksis.
Ooh, Skeksis.
I like how that door flapped its door mouth at us.
Hey, it's crystal.
Crystal time.
Have we gotten a single crystal yet? Is this our first? Oh no! Ooh.
Who would have thought? The walls!
Oh my lord, they're moving.
Removing the crystal must have triggered it.
So much for a smooth exit.
Demon wall. Yeah, here we go.
Hey, there goes the demon wall.
Bye. I'll see you in another game.
I just wanted to give you a hug. Nothing to it. Oh, shit. What? You belong to me, Kane. Bring me that then there crystal. Golbez! Kane!
Get a hold of yourself.
I'm alright. I'm no longer under his control. I just punched you because I didn't like you.
Alright, well, we lost the Dark Crystal. He's still there. Somebody else do something.
Now I can restore the Tower of Babel. At last, I shall reach the moon. Kane, wake up.
With all the crystals in hand, the way to the moon will open.
You gotta quit this. Oh, oh.
Yes! Alrighty. You have returned. Where is the crystal? You did not succeed in retrieving it, so now they hold all the crystals. There's nothing more we can do. That is unless the legend of the lunar whale is true.
The lunar whale.
Now, $36.99 on Square Store. A huge ship spoken of in legend.
The Mysidian legend.
You know of Mysidia?
Yeah, kinda. It is the home to the mages of the overworld.
Mysidia truly exists?
That's what I'm saying, you dumb old dwarf. Yes, I've met the Elder of Mysidia, who prays tirelessly in the tower.
Perhaps he prays for the lunar whale. You must hurry to Mysidia. But the exit is sealed.
Sid! You old so-and-so, how did you survive that blast?
I blocked it with my bag of teeth. What Sid doesn't tell anybody is that he sneaks into people's rooms at night and takes their teeth out.
Putting them in his own gums.
Into his own mouth.
Legend says that under that beard is
more teeth. I'll attach a drill to the falcon's bow. Bow. I should know better than that.
You should know better than that.
God damn it. Can you hit A or something? Is this gonna end? Oh.
Yeah.
Did Sid die again?
Sid!
You've overworked yourself yet again. You dumb I guess I need to step out of the action for a while.
Alright, let's get the out of here. We got a whale to see.
We gotta get that fucking space whale. We knew you would return. Please join us in the Tower of Prayer.
The moon's light, eternal, brings a promise to the planet with bounty and grace.
We're gonna punch that moon in the face.
Oh, I can't wait.
Now is the time to make the legend come true.
Why am I standing in this runic circle? Wait a minute!
Sacrifice the non-believer! Our prayers have been answered.
My prayers will be answered when you shut up.
Oh man, this DSCG, baby, yeah.
Hey, I'm into it.
It's goofy. The lunar whale. Oh, I prayed so hard. Oh. You are to fly to the moon. Someone awaits you there.
But how can we possibly get there? It's not like there's a ship called the Lunar Whale or anything.
According to our records, there is a crystal inside in which it can control its fate. Where are the nipples on a whale?
All right.
Oh, he's got the party going.
Good, we got another old man.
You are...
I am Fusoga. My duty is to protect the slumber of the Lunarians. Many, many years ago, there was a small planet between the Red Planet and the Great Behemoth. It was on the verge of destruction, and the species of the planet escaped on a ship to the Blue Planet. However, the species was still evolving, so they created a moon where they could sleep.
What's happening with the story?
There was one who refused to sleep. Instead, he wishes to erase every living thing on the Blue Planet and create a new home there. However, during his deep sleep, he channeled his evil to the corrupt ones on your planet. His name is Zemus. He is gathering the crystals, our energy source, to run the interdimensional elevator. It is located in the Giant of Bibble, and with it, he'll destroy everything on your planet.
What about the Lunar Whale?
What the f*** is a lunar whale? I did not mention that at all. That was built by my younger brother, Kluya. On the Blue Planet, Kluya fell in love and had children. You are one of his children. What?
Okay. I am. Then the voice I heard on Mount Ordeals was...
The voice came from the soul of Kluya, your father. I see it now. You resembled him when he was your age.
I guess that explains the white hair.
You have received power from Kluya to stop Zemus and his evil plan. You must do this for your planet, for all Lunarians. You must hurry to the Tower of Bibble and Eblin. We are too late. The Giant of Babel will come forth. Oh, he's a big boy. It's the Red Wings and the Dwarf. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is epic as shit.
Dwarven tanks, ready to fire! We will fight along with you for the land, our home!
Who let him out of the hole?
Who told them they could come up here?
Couldn't sit still and leave you all the responsibility of fighting alone. You can relax now. With my help, this will be a cinch.
But Palom and Porum!
Hey all, did you miss me?
The Elder Rastarnas.
Yes, no one dies in this game. Everyone must fight for the sake of our planet.
Whoa! Dude, it's been a minute. I'll fight with you, Cecil, with the courage that you've given me.
The giant looks confused. Now is our chance to enter the giant of battle. Whoa, yeah!
Oh yeah, it's all come together.
Is this Knight Rider? Oh, this is the core of the giant. This is its CPU.
How dare you destroy the giant?
You
Do I know you?
You have to look deep inside yourself. You have to realize who you really are. You must wake up.
What came over me? Why was I filled with so much hatred?
You have regained your true self. Do you remember your father's name?
His name was Cluya.
What?
And you must be Cecil's.
Does that make you guys bros?
You were Zemus's puppet in his plan. He was using you with his hypnotic powers. You were chosen because you have the blood of Cluya, a Lunarian coursing through you. That bond made it easier for you to be controlled, but to make you fight against your own flesh and blood.
I was fighting against my own brother? I wonder why you were chosen. It easily could have been me, as I also have Lunarian blood.
I was chosen because of the seeds of evil that lay inside me. Zemus saw that evil, and he helped it grow.
Where are you going?
To find Zemus, I'll settle this.
Wait!
Please pick me up.
I will join you. Golbez may never come back. You know that, right?
Hey, aren't you gonna do anything? I mean, come on, after all, he's your brother.
We might be in trouble here.
We gotta get out of here and back to Boca Raton.
This way. You can doubt me later. If you don't want to die in here, then just follow me for now. I don't expect you to forgive me, after all I've done.
Golbez and Fusoya went to the moon to destroy Zemus.
To the moon! Again.
Okay, so we're finally getting into the meat of this story here.
Well, is it the meat, or is it just like Fusoya shows up and it's like, here's my lore dump. Everyone be impressed with my dump of lore.
Pretty much. Coming out of nowhere, and I almost feel like this would have been another great place for like Tella to come back. Fusoya, kind of like Tella, is very short-lived in this game.
Right. But at least with Tella, we get to know him a little bit. Fusoya's gone before, like, we know anything about him.
Right. We actually get him as a character for maybe 30 minutes in-game.
Yeah, right, yeah. We grab him, fight the Tower Bibble, and then him and Golbez fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
How do they get to the moon?
Don't think about it too hard.
They use whatchamacallit.
It's the intergalactic elevator. What is he called?
The universal elevator, whatever it's called. It's like some bullshit Doctor Who nonsense.
Oh, absolutely. It's like I expect Willy Wonka and fucking Uncle Joe to pop up out of nowhere and ride the glass elevator up to the moon.
There it is.
It's so silly, but he is there to give the last bit of the character arc for Cecil, and not to go back and talk about it too much, but in the first two recaps, it's like, okay, Cecil and Kane, dark knights in their own right, and Cecil has a very quick transition to becoming a paladin, and then his story stops there.
Right.
It stops there until we get to this point.
And then, like, what is that story other than, like, the Luke, I am your brother moment where, like, okay, but again...
Well,
again, like, everything is so wicked surface level in this.
It is. And I really like that you kind of pull the Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker thing out of nowhere, because it does feel that way. It feels like it's supposed to be this big reveal. And here's what I'll say about it. 1, 2, and 3, what's the common thread of all the main characters?
What are you going for? I'm trying to think.
The Warriors of Light.
Oh, right.
It's this prophecy that every 1,000 years or whatever, 4 people are going to come to save the planet from some giant, devastating, world-ending event. And this time, they kind of flip the script, and I applaud them for doing that. They bring up the Lunarians, and that they're just aliens?
Yeah, they're just aliens. And there's lore there, too, like the Great Behemoth and the Red Planet, and, like, that doesn't get addressed in this game at all.
Again,
maybe the after years, I don't know, but...
And yeah, we should talk about that just for a second. We are playing through the numerical Final Fantasy series. As of right now, the goal is to get to 10. We're going to figure it out after that. But there is some more of that supplemental content that we've kind of glossed over for the sake of time.
Yeah, so with 1, we skipped the Temple of Time, I think it was called. And then 2 was there's the Soul storyline about the 4 characters who died.
Right.
3, I threw into a fire until it burned. So that's done. And then 4, the PSP version that we're playing has both the after years and then the interlude, which takes place between 4 and the after years. And that is the only place you can play it currently, I think. I don't think it's on the iOS or Android versions.
Right.
So
maybe we'll go back and check some of that stuff out. But
right, and even after 10, there's 10 too. That's a full goddamn game.
Absolutely, and we've said it before. We'll say it again. We'll say it over and over. 10-2, underrated.
Underrated as fuck.
It's
fucking decried for no reason.
Great game, great mechanics. They went for it, right? They absolutely went for it. And the people who wrote it off so quickly, they're missing out.
Yeah, I think it was also a problem with, like, their direction. The whole idea of, like, it's Final Fantasy, but for girls, like, was the biggest misstep.
Come on.
Final Fantasy's for everybody.
Yeah, those are the people that imply, well, it's an RPG with a primarily male cast, so it's gotta be for fellas.
Yeah, a bunch of fellas.
Like, get out of here. But yeah, so all of this lore being dumped at the end, we realized that Fusoya and Kluya knew each other. Kluya had...
No, they were brothers.
They were brothers. Kluya
had... So Fusoya is your uncle.
Yes. He's very much the Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah.
In an uncle role kind of sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And all of this is being dropped on Cecil by saying, like, your father was an alien, you have a brother, his name is Golbez, and it's like, this is another point where if we were to do a remake, or if there was something a little extra here, it's like, why did Cecil just take that on the chin? Like, there were no real questions about it. He was just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I guess you could go with the cliche, like, in our hypothetical for remake, where Cecil has dreams of the Lunarians, or dreams of his father, or something like that.
Ooh, another, like, kind of psychic connection in tune with what's going on.
something where it builds up instead of so it's like, yeah, you're a half Lunarian, by the way, bro.
Also, just mentioning the fact where it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that was his reaction. He was like, "My father?" Like,
Checks
yeah,
out.
your father's a sword that you threw away fucking 12 hours ago, you dumb dick.
So funny, man. It's so funny how it just kind of it all comes together at the end.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Funny stuff.
But speaking of the end,
I think it's time.
Let's do it.
I think it's time. We're gonna wrap up Final Fantasy IV right now, live on stream. Hang out while we make this a quick transition, and we will catch up with a little bit of chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on chat while Coop goes ahead and punches Zero Moose in the face. Hopefully.
There we go.
Roll it. When do you think that you will make your own music for it instead of using generic shit?
I would love to sometime soon. There was actually a point after the episode 5 recap where there was a great moment where Cecil goes. It's a moment where everybody is saying everybody's names, and I actually cut it into kind of a. Do you remember Face Jam from Rooster Teeth? It's where they, or sorry, not Face Jam, Facebox, where they just take a video and then they cut all the audio from the video and splice it together into a song.
Okay.
I almost did that for episode 5, but I just didn't have enough time to make a backtrack to it. As Talking Tonberries progresses, you know, right now we've been using it as a platform to talk about our Final Fantasy experiences. We would like to branch off and turn it maybe into a podcast one day, and by then I'll definitely have more assets, including some original music.
There are talks in the background. I do want to say that I have just cracked open a stout.
Ooh.
That is kicking my ass right now, but I'm going to see if I can get it in frame real fast. Check out that fucking art.
Oh, that's brutal. Love it.
It's a maple pecan stout.
Oh, product of Charleston.
Hi, that I live in Charleston.
No, I'm just saying.
Come at me, bro.
No, I'm just saying you gotta love and support those local breweries, man. I know
fucking Charleston's filthy with local breweries.
I mean, really, most of the Carolinas are filthy with them. I'm sure they are all over the place, but goddamn, if there's not another one popping up every month around here.
I mean, for a while, North Carolina had the highest brewery per capita in the country.
Mm-hmm. And it was conveniently right when I left my hometown and went to the capital, when my hometown sprouted up like 4 different breweries all at once.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
If you like beer, come to the South.
It's the place to be. If you like food and beer. And
if you like swamp ass.
And if you like swamp ass, hit us up early fall or early spring, late fall. If you're ever in the area, we love to have people by. We will take you around to all the best food and drinks around here.
And the best swamp ass you can get this side of the southern hemisphere.
This side of the swamp. This side of the ass crack. A couple other things I do want to catch up in chat just for a second. Jade says, I'm a Tonberry, I should talk here. Soon, Jade, for sure.
After we figure out our podcast format, you're on.
Yeah, absolutely. Anchor, I'm glad that you like this format. We're going to get into it. We're going to wrap up Talking Tonberries, and I apologize. We usually keep chat to a minimum while we do this because it is kind of a podcast platform. We usually do the recaps and we just talk about what's happened. And now that we've finished Final Fantasy IV, it's time to hit the superlatives. But first, final thoughts, Marhefka?
Yeah, so going to hit up a couple things. Story?
Dude.
Pretty good.
The best that we've seen so far, I think.
So far. I still think I like 2 story a little bit more.
2 is good. 2 is a really solid game.
I think 2 is just because it like inspires so much Star Wars. The evil empire, You know, there's no bullshit with, like, the evil moon demon or anything like that. Like,
Right.
the Emperor's the bad guy, and then he's the bad guy, and then he dies, and there's about to be another bad guy, but then it's the Emperor again.
Right. Right.
He got over being dead real quick.
Also, in our headcanon, we attribute the overarching villain voice to Final Fantasy II.
Alright.
And that's where it all started, right?
No, I think...
Did it start in 1?
What was Chaos's voice? I don't remember. We'll have to go check on that. But
Hey,
the Emperor was definitely Hank Hill.
If you want to see more,
Yes! Don't
Check
forget
it-
to pimp that shit.
check out that YouTube. And you can always follow KooperIRL. You can follow me for all of this good stuff. But enough of that. Self-promotion aside. Dude, story was great. Characters were amazing.
Again, everything was a little surface level. There wasn't any depth to it, but other than that, it's all solid.
It's super solid.
What do you think about gameplay? ATB was not in 3, right?
No, it was not.
This is the first ATB. How'd you feel?
Great. Yeah, I think it gets back to, again, I think 4 kind of starts the standard for Final Fantasies. You could kind of look at 1, 2, and 3 and say they're still trying to figure everything out.
It's foundational, yeah.
And I mean, it's not the job system, but
it is.
But it is. Everybody is assigned a specific role that you cannot change.
I am curious if there is a team build to beat Zeramus with other characters.
So, what I will
without power leveling.
What I will say is, I think magic at the end of it all seemed to be a little bit stronger than physical attacks.
Yeah.
So having like Rydia, Rosa, and Cecil might be key, but if you really wanted to be safe, and if you really wanted to crush that last battle, Palom and Porum could have been really useful. You know,
maybe
Palom,
ditch Yang and Kang and put in Palom and Porum.
Kane and Edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Palom as the Black Mage, I'm sure at some point probably knows Meteor, and Porum as the White Mage would definitely learn the higher level, you know, cure spells. And that would have been a really consistent offense and defense. But really, I liked the final party. I was happy with it.
The final party's solid.
Yeah.
Two magic, three melee, pretty cool. Aesthetic, we are playing the most recent version outside of the DS version, which we're not gonna. I wasn't gonna fucking do that.
No.
It looks like the game I remember in my head.
Right. Right. Those nostalgia
there's
glasses.
Those nostalgia glasses. Like it does enough updating that it doesn't look weird, like we're gonna deal with here shortly.
Yeah, right. No, aesthetically, I thought it was great. It also did the thing where the music was also rearranged. It was the new arrangement of the music, which I thought was pretty important, but still stayed really true to the original composition.
Yeah. I've been listening to the Final Fantasy IV soundtrack all week. In different iterations, the DS iteration, the PS1 iteration, and even going back to the old Super Nintendo soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just to get a flavor for it. But for the most part, the game looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. Unlike going back to 3, like just that art style they chose to go with for the 3 remake. You know, it didn't benefit from being in 3D.
Right.
Like it didn't benefit. That's the end of the. That's the end of the.
Yeah, no, really. And we talk about Final Fantasy doesn't just live here on stream, right? Like Marhefka, you and I both have been. I'm gonna go ahead and say lifelong Final Fantasy fans.
I'd say so.
And so when we talk about those nostalgia glasses, just for a second, since we are on the topic of aesthetics. there's a part of me that is concerned about, let's just say, 7 and 8, and maybe even 9.
It's probably the cleanest of the PlayStation 1 era, especially if you look at the new PC releases. Everything has been, like, smoothed out. Like, the pixelation is gone. Like, it is... and they did that a little bit in 7, too. They did it with the character, like, the models and stuff. They didn't do it with the background, so, like, you got these really clean models on kind of muddy backgrounds. There's nothing you can do about the 7 polygonal models.
Nope. Absolutely not.
It'll be interesting to see.
Which is, I mean, I also understand that's why 7 and people, fans of 7, have been clamoring for a remake or a remaster. I always thought people were going for a remaster instead of a remake.
Well, they begged Tetsuya Nomura and they got what they deserved.
Yeah, fair. I think that's totally fair.
No, I'm saying Tetsuya Nomura he's the guy behind Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And those Final Fantasy VII fans, they got what they fucking deserved.
You gonna bitch and moan about it for 20 years?
Well, here's Tetsuya Nomura off the chain with all the black cloaks you can get.
But, I mean, looking back, this is great. This has been an absolute delight to look at, to listen to play.
Oh, yeah.
Super solid.
We want to do... I mean, we did a pretty good blow-by-blow with the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to say about them other than, like, yeah, they're a little flat, they're a little one-dimensional, they have their one short arc, and then they're done?
Yeah, that's about it.
The best bits are really those silent bits where Sid and Edge are on the airship repairing it, and then they kind of do shit. Like, we don't know what's going on, but, like, they're just moving around making little sprite motions, and it's kind of adorable.
It really is. It brings a little more life to those characters.
Right. Talk about villains real quick.
Yeah.
The 4 elemental fiends, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I think the 4 chaos fiends are better.
Yes, with one exception.
Well, there's one exception, yes, but, like, they're more iconic.
Yes.
Like the Lich, Kraken, Tiamat. These are standard Dungeons and Dragons. Like, again, Final Fantasy is based in Dungeons and Dragons.
100%.
Except for Merilith. I have no idea where Merilith comes from. I'm sure I could look it up and find out that it's like some ancient Hindi god or something like that. I don't have fucking time for that shit.
No.
But, like, Chuck Mangione and the water turtle and the tornado lady. Like, those names don't stick out in my head. I have a hard time, like, even now, like, pronouncing those fucking names.
Right.
But the one above all...
Rubicant.
That's a fucking...
Ruby can't fail. Sorry,
Yeah.
just a quote. Is that Rancid?
I don't know. I never listened to Rancid.
Yeah, Rubicant, man. I can't believe it's not butter. That's episode 3, I think.
You name it that?
Yeah,
Nice.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Nice.
Yeah, Rubicant really stood above the rest as far as the fiends go, but for the rest of the villains, you know, I feel like Luge should have been a little more incorporated into everything.
I think Dr. Luge could have been that Hojo of the game.
Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. He feels like a precursor.
Like, if he could have been, like, in the background, like, being, like, he just fucks around with everything the entire game. But I do love, like, let me show you my true form! Flesh falling off metal. It's like, that's fucking cool.
Oh, it's
also,
so metal.
What a weird trope is, like, my perfect form of metal and man. It's like, no, you're just a robot. You're not metal and man anymore.
Now, they do... They do kind of move into this idea, and again, just to kind of advocate for Dr. Luge for a second, it's this great combination that we haven't seen so far, where Dr. Luge is more of science versus magic in this world of aliens and Lunarians and, yeah, all of this mystical
elemental fiends,
right? This mystical, magical power, and even the power of pretend. Where Luge, he's working with machines and technology for his own brand of evil.
You know what that could have been like a real, like, again, in our hypothetical Final Fantasy IV remake.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Sid are rivals or ex-colleagues. Like, they both are men of science working on machines.
Square hit
and
us
then
up.
one went, you know, one's Dr. Like, one's Dr. Wily, you know, that kind of thing.
That's a great point. And again, Square Enix, if you're watching, don't worry, you need a couple writers. put us in a room.
Don't call us, because I can't write a narrative to save my life.
No, but we
Anchor's helping out. Not to address chat during Talking Tonberries.
No,
Anchor's Merilith is from D&D, so I need to go back and update my advanced D&D knowledge, 3rd edition knowledge, because I've never heard of Merilith before.
Very cool. Thank you for that, Anchor.
Yeah.
So yeah, heroes, villains, story, aesthetics.
Time for the superlatives.
I think it's time for the superlatives.
Joseph Award, that goes out to each game for the most devastating death.
Yes.
Which is Hardened 4, because, yes, Grant, we were talking about Merilith from Final Fantasy 1, saying that the original 4, Chaos Fiends, Lich, Merilith, Tiamat, and Kraken are more iconic than the Elemental Fiends of 4, which are Rubicante, Chuck Mangione, Tornado Girl, and Water Turtle.
Yep. Cagnazzo.
The Castle, Lupin the Third and the Castle of Cagliostro.
That's it.
Chuck Mangione, Rubicante, and Monet from Punk Hazard and One Piece. That's how I remember all 3 of those. There are 4 of those.
So yeah, the Joseph Award.
And that goes to the most devastating death.
So
what do you got?
We have I have a runner-up, and then I have my personal Joseph Award. The runner-up, and I'm just throwing this out here now, Edge's parents.
Yeah.
Again,
we didn't talk about that.
Didn't get a whole lot of story time, but Dr. Luge turned them into these what am I thinking of from Full Metal Alchemist? Yeah.
The homunculi?
The homunculi, or the failed chimera, like experimented on, twisted into these monsters, where Edge was confronted by his parents, who he thought were dead, to realize that they were monsters, and he had to kill them too. They're not main characters, but I have to give some sort of credit to that. I don't know if you have like a third runner-up, but that's my third runner-up.
I'm still gonna go with Tella for a third runner-up.
Okay.
It's a man out for revenge. It's hard to really be sympathetic for a man like whose sole motivation is murder.
Right.
But his daughter was killed by Golbez, so there is that, like, that Taken thing, a little bit Liam Neeson, like,
oh yeah,
you know, I'm a man with skills and you fucked up and I'm gonna make this right.
I'm a man whose sole mission is to learn Meteor and drop fucking meteors on this dude who killed my daughter.
Right, exactly.
Super epic. And really, he's the only character that actually dies.
Yeah.
So by default, he's really up there. My second and third place, it's kind of a tie, really. Palom and Porum for me.
No, I thought we were going Palom and Porum for Joseph Award.
Yeah, Palom and Porum, two kids sacrificing themselves for the greater good.
Yeah.
Super heavy, and I remember when I was younger, just being like, they gave up everything without hesitation. And then
they're like totally down for it too. They like totally acknowledge it. Like, all right, time to do this, motherfucker. All right, you too, sister.
Yeah, and like you said earlier when we were watching the recaps, it even gives you the option. Like Tella excuse me, Tella first tries to cast Asunya to heal them. And it says they cannot be cured because they turned themselves to stone of their own free will.
Right.
And then there's a deeper layer with the developers where you have the opportunity to use an item on them, and it says the same thing. Like, you have a soft in your inventory, and you cannot bring them back.
Yeah.
So Joseph Award, pretty easy. Palom Emporum.
Right, and again, it's a bit of a cheat because no one dies in this game, but it's Palimporum.
Yeah.
If this is your first playthrough, you don't know that Palimporum dies.
No idea. Or you have no idea that they come back either.
Yeah, they come back later. The Gordon Award. Originally, this is the character who we want to die the most. I'm going to change it. I think that wording is a little bit mean.
Yep.
I think it's just like the most disliked character.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's Rosa.
It's Rosa, all the way.
Rosa. It sucks. I hate putting this on a female character. She sucks.
Yeah, one of 3 playable female characters in this game.
Yeah, there's the 2 children, and then Rosa. She does nothing. Again, going back to those recaps, Edward says, Rosa just wants to be with you. I read that as, like, that is her sole thing. That is the only fucking thing she's concerned with. She just wants to be with fucking Cecil. That's not a character.
And guess what? It didn't go anywhere either.
There was never, like, doubt. She never had doubt in Cecil. She never had doubt in herself. She never, like, strayed from her love from Cecil. She didn't have conflict or at all. The biggest conflict was her in language.
Yeah.
Clearly, she hardly understood the language they speak, and that because all she could do is say people's names.
That's it.
Rosa sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it. Runner up.
Runner up. My runner up, and it's, I can't really give this is why I can't give the award to this person. Cecil. I wanted a little more from Cecil. He starts as the Dark Knight. It's super cool. He's really powerful. He's torn, and then the game just shifts him into being a paladin. And I think the biggest thing for me is that when Golbez and Fusoya go to challenge Zemus, he didn't stand up. He didn't stand up like a paladin should have. He didn't actively fall on the sword. He was like, all right, I guess you guys are going to go do the thing now.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they had kept Cecil as a Dark Knight for a little longer, maybe it would have had more of an impact when he made the transition to a paladin.
Or maybe show a little bit of sacrifice, like, to maintain the Dark Knightness, or something at all, like, because it literally, like, haha, I changed clothing, I'm better now.
Right.
Like, there wasn't a whole lot of, like, conflict, you know?
Exactly, and I think that's, I think that kind of stands above the rest of them as far as disappointing. Mm-hmm. I think that's the better word. So that's my runner.
Yeah, maybe disappointing character might be better than worst character. My also is Edge.
Yep.
He sucks.
Edge, he is a prince.
He's a brat.
He is a prince, which is not that far off from a lord. And his name was Edge. He is a literal edgelord.
Exactly. That's it.
That's it. I don't want to say anything else about him.
Yep. Going back to, we're going to do the Warrior of Light Award. What's the best character?
Ooh, best character. Do you want to start this one off?
Yeah, I can't remember what we talked about, but this is 2 games in a row. It's my boy Sid.
Sid.
Yeah. Mr. Bag of Teeth himself.
Mr. Twisted Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, Sid's the best. He, that sprite in the PSP for Complete Collection, he has more teeth than a goddamn Titan.
Gives me the shivers.
He's funny, he's crazy, He has the most personality. Yeah, it's fucking Sid for me.
Also paired with his self-sacrifice over and over again. I mean, he jumps off the airship to blow up the mountain. He's like essentially dying. He's laying in his deathbed, and he's like, "Hey guys, don't worry. I still got some fight left in me," and continues to upgrade the airship. And then rides into battle when it comes to the Tower of Babel, the Guardian of Babel, whatever it was.
Yeah, unless you have another Warrior of Light for the best character, do you have another one?
I do.
Okay.
It is definitely Rydia.
Rydia's cool.
So cool. Again, if we were to make our perfect remake of this, I would want to lean on Rydia a little more. She's
a lot more. Yeah.
She's one of the last surviving summoners, for lack of a better term. Now, we know that there are other summoners in the Feymarch, people that connect with the Eidolons and the Eidolons themselves, but she overcomes her fear of fire very quickly in the game.
But yeah, it's very quick and it's written off very fast.
I would change
again, that's part of Final Fantasy IV. Everything's quick, it's fast, it's, you know.
Yeah, right. And it is one of those surface level things until she comes back, and she comes back as this, like, she's like, fuck this shit, I'm a grown-ass woman. Time changes. Yeah. Time doesn't move the same in the Feymarch. I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm more powerful. And she comes back, and she has this super clutch moment. Is it when we're fighting Golbez for the first time?
Yep. It's when we are fighting Golbez. This is after the first encounter with Golbez is when Tilla kills himself.
Right.
And then in the second encounter, Rydia shows up with the Mist Dragon after we've been KO'd.
And let's talk about that for a second. It's not just another Eidolon.
It's her mom's Eidolon.
She summons her mother's Eidolon to take down, I think it's a black dragon that Golbez summons in that fight.
It's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Thank you, not Shadow the Hedgehog, the dragon.
Shadow the Dragon.
But yeah, comes back.
Gotta go slow.
Really comes back to save the day in another moment that's just kind of overshadowed by how quickly this game moves. So Warrior of Light, I think we've got two great contenders here, Sid and Rydia.
Yeah, I think Sid's the most interesting Sid's up there because he has like a lot of personality and presence, and Rydia has a really cool story.
Very cool.
And then the Chaos Award goes to the best villain.
Best villain, we've already touched on it. I don't think there's too much more to say. Rubicant. He's cool. He, in one way or the other, facilitated Edge's parents to turning into fucked up monsters. That's the most metal shit in this game. Super metal. Not only that, but he's got that cool cloak.
And he's got a cool cloak. Again, bad guys don't have, or villains don't have a lot of depth in these early games.
Nope.
So we go on appearance and how fucked up the thing they did was, and he did the most fucked up thing.
And Rubicant...
Technically it was Dr. Luge, but Dr. Luge worked for Rubicant. So.
Again, I wish there was a little more of a connection there.
Yeah.
And you know, I think some people might want to say Golbez, but at the end of the day, Golbez was just a puppet. He wasn't really a villain, where Rubicant showed up 3 times?
Twice. 3 times.
And that's the sign of a good villain. When he comes back and he says, I just want a fair fight, you whoop his ass, you think it's over, and then he comes back again and he's like, hey, now that you're truly stronger, how about another fair fight?
Right.
So I gotta give Chaos to Rubicant.
I love that shit. That's like Xenos' whole thing in Final Fantasy XIV, to all my Final Fantasy XIV heads out there. Xenos is like, he's all about the fight. That's all he wants to fucking do.
It's awesome.
And then the most iconic moment
What are we calling this? The Crystal Award still?
This is the Crystal Award. Yeah, the most iconic moment.
Oh, now I've forgotten. I've forgotten what we talked about before. Go ahead. Go for it.
It's the Red Wings and the Dwarves rolling up on the or the Giant of Babel. That's fucking really cool for what is a NES game or Super Nintendo game.
Super epic. Yeah, you're right. That is what we talked about before. A lot of the cutscenes didn't make it into the recaps because they just weren't great. They weren't executed the way that they could have been. But boy howdy, when that Giant of Babel comes down from the sky and just palm lasers all over like scorched earth.
It does that like super anime thing where like the laser goes out and then it pauses for a second and then a wall of fire. It's like, yeah!
Super cool.
And it's very Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah. Like you gotta be a sky beam and a 3-point landing.
So I was gonna say like a little bit on your left cap kind of situation. Like, don't worry. Edward's here. And then Cecil turns to everyone's like, who the fuck is Edward?
Right. No, and yeah, leading into the Red Wings coming to save the day. That is a very iconic moment. I think if there is a runner-up for me personally, and I just touched on it, it is Rydia coming back to save the day.
Yeah.
Summoning the Mist Dragon to destroy the Shadow Dragon and essentially taking out Golbez to save the party. That's a hell of a moment.
It's really cool, yeah. All right, and we have a brand new award this episode of Talking Tonberries.
Yeah, we do.
It's the Spoony Bard Award.
Oh man, Spoony Bard. We had to wait until 4 for the Spoony Bard Award, and why don't you take it away? Tell us about the Spoony Bard Award.
So the Spoony Bard Award is essentially what is our favorite track of the game, and we're not going to go track by track. We both picked. I picked one. That's going to be mine. You've picked one as well.
I do have 2 runners up, but yes, I have a definitive one for me.
I'm picking one so we can get on to Final Fantasy V.
Sounds good. Let's do it. What do you got?
I'm going with Theme of Love. I had a 12 item list. Theme of Love might be my favorite.
Okay.
So if you want to just roll that real fast.
Yeah, let's take a moment and listen to the Theme of Love. Now, this is the original Theme of Love.
Yeah, from
and let's see.
The prologue.
No, I know it's the prologue. I haven't clicked on it yet.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's something very sad and intimate about this song.
Moment of silence for this song because the levels are all screwed up. I'm gonna crank it up for another second. Yeah, man, that swell. That swell, that surge, that definitely tugs at the heartstrings.
Indulge me. Hit that new arrangement version of it.
All right, let's check out the new new arrangement is not available.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine.
Real shame. Great song though.
What do you got?
Okay, so really for me, this might be a very basic pick. But this is truly iconic Final Fantasy for me, and it's got to be Fight 2, also known as the boss theme. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
So good. I think I think there's an episode of Talking Tonberries where we just talk about fight themes
Oh, for sure.
for hours.
It's just, for me, it is iconic, and there is a little bit of a side that made this one stand out for me. I'm also a huge fan of the Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I love that game. I love what they did with the Mario franchise to turn it more into an RPG. And there is a hidden boss where that track is featured. And I remember when I was a kid, it was like the bane of my existence. I could not beat Kulex. And it was just it's amazing. The way that it swells, and you can kind of hear the reminiscence of drums, and it's got a really heavy bass line in there at the same time. It just overall, like, pound for pound, probably my favorite.
Well, there was a couple months ago where I went and just like listened to Final Fantasy themes, and they follow a same format, but it's a similar format.
Sure.
And it's cool watching how it changes. So
yeah,
it'll be something we can talk about later. Do we want to hit our least favorite song?
Sure.
I don't have an award name yet, but I'm gonna call it the Edward Award.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is titled Another Moon. This is the strangest arrangement of a song, not just in this game, but in a lot of games. There aren't a lot of games that are just like, oh, what is this music?
This sounds like a bad Earthbound song.
Hey now.
I'm saying a bad Earthbound song.
Bad Earthbound songs do exist. I cannot say otherwise. But Another Moon is just, it's a mess. It's a mess. Let's take a listen.
The one thing I will say about it wearing cans is that it is done in stereo, which is kind of cool. But that has more to do with mixing than anything.
What it truly reminds me of, being a band geek, what it reminds me of is when trumpet and trombone players realize that they can make fart noises with their mouthpiece. And that's what it's the bum, 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 bum.
Part of me reminds me of that bit where Stewie Griffin, Family Guy, follows the fat guy around, and he's like,
there aren't many more that are worse than that.
The only other one I really don't like is the Fat Chocobo song.
Should we play it just for fun?
No, it could keep going up.
Oh, is it further up?
It's not Samba de Chocobo, it's Hey Fat Chocobo or something like that.
Hello, Fat Chocobo.
But before you play that, the one thing is like that was cool about listening to just from the music player in my hands was that the beeps and boops were going around. Like there's a good stereo function on whatever this BGM player is.
Absolutely.
So it's really cool. I'm going to do a couple chat bits real fast.
Yeah, go for it.
Anchor, yes, I very much love this format. Such a good way to recap what you like and dislike about the game. Grant was with me about the theme of love. He said, and then the bass is good on that battle theme. And then Anchor, oh no, this is bad. Art keeps crashing. Hopefully I can fix this issue soon. Anchor, keep us in the know so we could raid you after we're done. We're not blowing up tonight too much, but hopefully we can help you out any way we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, thank you for letting us know about the format. It is something that we would like to move forward with outside of Final Fantasy.
We like doing it.
We really do. So thank you for that feedback. Really, really appreciate it. All right, let's listen to that Fat Chocobo real quick.
Because we never had to listen to it during the game.
No, we never got a chance to. I refused.
Yeah.
It's another
jaunty fat man.
It's another one of those with the dissonant notes that are just like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Oh god, it sucks.
Yeah, not great.
That's Final Fantasy IV, I think.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy IV. That's all the superlatives. That's everything and anything. I don't know.
Last thing before we go over, what are you looking forward to in Final Fantasy V?
Oh man, 5. All right. Things I'm absolutely looking forward to. A classic, another polished version of the job system.
I am tempering my expectations because I went into 3 hype as fuck for the class system and was fucking shot down.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing in 3. I think 5, they kind of figured out how to balance it a little more. They feel very rewarding. And our biggest problem with 3, or at least my biggest problem with 3, you could not play the game how you wanted to. It gave you all this freedom and then slapped you down because 4 geomancers rule the world.
If I could play the game with 4 blue mages and beat the final boss, then I've won the game.
Right.
for Final Fantasy V.
Right. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, but not only that, this is another one where we get back to 4 core characters, and that's where I'm going to leave it to keep it spoiler free.
Which is exciting. It's exciting that we've got a tight cast.
Right.
It's like me and the boys out on the road back in 15.
That's right.
10 games later.
We're not switching back and forth when the game feels like it. People aren't going to leave with short notice. We're going to be sticking with 4 main characters that are going to carry us through the story. All 4 people are going to be there the whole time to experience everything. Not like the weird, I don't know what you call it in D&D, where it's like, well, only one character heard what they were saying. Would you like to relay the rest of the information to the party?
Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah.
It's like they're all there. They know what's going on. There's very few and far between moments where people aren't in the same room. And I think we're going to have a great chance to experience this camaraderie between these 4 players.
Well, do you want to take about 10 minutes to switch our setups real fast and then get to it for about 30 minutes, get through the opening part, hit the main world screen?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do for our sake and for everybody's sake, we've been going for about 3.5 hours. I think we both desperately need a break, and we need to set up for Final Fantasy V. Don't go anywhere. You're going to see a counter for 15 minutes. That gives us about 5-10 minutes to set up, and then a 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're starting Final Fantasy V. But before we do that, while everybody's here, if there's anybody new watching, I always want to thank our sponsors, especially Salty Boys Brand Salt. K-Stew coming up with an original ad for Talking Tonberries. There's a lot of other great ads that we've rolled throughout the years. But not only that, we want to thank
the year.
the year. Thank you.
The year, yes.
The year. I want to thank everybody for being here. It is Final Fantasy with Friends because everybody is here. The Friends extends to everybody hanging out in chat. Thank you for making this a great experience. Thank you for supporting us. If you want more of us or more fun to hang out, check out the Discord, the Safe Game Guild. Trying to grow that community. It's a safe place. It's a fun place for people to get together, talk about their passions, have some support when they need it. Please check that out. If you've missed any of the recaps or any of the Talking Tonberries, please check out the YouTube channel. Marhefka has put both in the chat. The YouTube, I spend a lot of time doing the recaps. They're a lot of fun. We absolutely love them. We showcase them, but we realize that not everybody's here at the same time. So you can watch them on your own time. Please enjoy them. Amar Hefka, dude, you're the best. You're the rock. We're getting through this Final Fantasy stuff. What would you like to say?
Follow both me and KooperIRL on Twitter to see what we're doing on Twitch. I did just finish my second Gunpla model.
Yes.
I have pictures. I haven't shared them yet, but I have pictures.
Absolutely.
And I'm fucking ready to go. So just in case you're new here, how the format works is one of us plays the game and then helps with, the other does chat and commentary, and we go back and forth. I'm ready to play fucking Final Fantasy V, motherfuckers.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Let's do this thing. Again, one more time, it's at amarhefka. You'll see it on the splash screen on Twitter, at amarhefka, and I am at IRL Cooper on Twitter. Please give us a follow over there as well for any updates and streaming updates, Gunpla updates, all the fun stuff, and more. We're going to be back in 15 minutes with Final Fantasy V. We'll see you then.
Thanks for joining us on Talking Tonberries.
Bye!
Bye.